This is an unboxing and assembly video of the Lazzanto nightstand. Let's build this thing together and see if it's as easy as they say. First thing I noticed is I can't believe how small this box is. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Here's a close-up look of everything that was in that box, and everything was very nice and neatly packaged. Nothing was damaged and everything looks great. And my favorite part is that every single piece is labeled with the number, which is going to make building this much easier. All of our nuts and bolts are also labeled, which I love. They do include an Allen wrench and screwdriver. I will be using those, but also my own screwdriver. I'm going to sit down on the couch and start building this entire thing. I'm going to run it through a quick time lapse. If I run into any trouble or important key points, I will stop the fast speed and talk to you and tell you what's going on. If you see me put on these really funny glasses, please don't judge me. The directions are small and I can't read them without them. Now, to your left side, I put a timer, so I'm gonna hit start. That way you can see as I'm fast forwarding how long each step actually takes. So let's do it. The first step is to build the body. Well, I made my first mistake. I was using a screwdriver for the longest time trying to screw this in, but I needed to use the Allen wrench. Don't make that mistake. Use the Allen wrench first for these beams that go across. Next, we're going to take these brackets and we're going to use the screws labeled B, which are the shorter ones with the hex bolt. And we're going to attach these to this. Stick it in halfway and screw it in. Now we're going to attach these beams to these little things sticking out. And just make sure that the drawer slides are facing the right direction. So you want it to be open towards the front. And then screw those in. And now it looks like this, starting to take shape. The next step is to attach one of the shelves, labeled number 3. For this, we're going to use these long screws labeled D. All right, that part is a little bit tricky because you got to get everything lined up. I recommend not tightening these down at the very beginning so that you have a little bit more leeway to move things around. But once you get them all started, go ahead and tighten those down. Okay, and we have the first shelf installed. Now we're going to go ahead and build the top unit. So that's piece number 1 and piece number 2. And again, we're going to use those long D screws. I just made a big mistake so that you don't have to. This number 1 piece has 2 little pre-screwed holes here. Those need to go on the inside towards this, not on the outside. So I need to flip this part around. Make sure these are snug, but not so snug that you actually crack the wood. Just enough. Now we're going to attach this right here and just make sure that this piece is toward the back and that this lip is towards the front. So it's going to go this way. Easy to know because there's 2 holes here and only 1 here. So we're going to have 2 here and 1 here. And again, we're going to use those long D screws. Once you get all 6 started, go ahead and tighten everything down. All right, next we get to attach this unit, and we're going to use the E screws. So the little tiny ones, really little tiny ones. And for that, we will actually need the screwdriver. And to do that, you're going to feed this cord through the back, line this up, and put a screw in each side. And for this, I am going to use my own screwdriver. It's just a little bit more big and easier to use. Okay, that is in place. Next, we get to install our light strip. And this is just going to stick underneath. You remove this red strip and stick it towards the back end of this shelf here. And then this, you could plug this in to this USB here, but if you want to keep that free, then let this hang down the side and plug it in a different USB. By the way, this has a manual control, but you can also control this from an app from your phone, which is kind of neat. Now, because that it's held on with just a sticker, don't let this cord hang yet because it might pull that loose. Let this stick and stay on there for a while. So what I'm going to do is wrap this around. That way there's no tension pulling down on that tape. And now we get to assemble our drawers. So this pops open. This goes inside. And now we just have to attach the handle. And we do that using the little plastic handle and the A screw, which is the one that kind of has a washer built into it. So there's one complete drawer, and we'll just skip ahead to the rest. Considering these drawers are folding or pop-up drawers, they're actually surprisingly sturdy. And we've finished. We've done the whole thing. The final step would be if you're going to put this If you like to use these anchors, it has anchors where you can anchor this to the wall to make sure it doesn't tip over if you're putting some heavy stuff. But I think this thing looks awesome. Let's see how long it took. Oh, it went blank. 33 minutes, 39 seconds. 33 minutes, 39 seconds. That's not too bad. And if you don't make the mistakes that I made, you can probably build it much quicker. And I just realized I did not screw this one in, so I'm going to do that now. So here it is, completely assembled. We have 2 outlets, 2 USB plugs, which are now active. We've got a cool light back there. Let's take a look at those drawers. They slide in and out. There's plenty of room inside each one. I'm going to show you a little tip. If you need to balance this, by the way, you can always unscrew these little feet to make sure this doesn't wobble. We have it on a carpet, so it's not a problem for us. Something that I did is this cable here, by the way, you can change the colors just by pressing this button, but you can also do it from the app. So you can choose the color that matches your room. And one thing that I did is this came wrapped in a little twisty tie, and I used that twisty tie right here to hold this up against this bar so the wire goes behind. That way it's not just hanging and always pulling on that tape of the LED lights. There's even a mode where it'll just keep flashing all different colors. Here it is being put to real use with some normal household stuff on top. I put some stuff in the drawers, and that bag over here is filled with batteries, so it's pretty heavy, and the drawer is still very sturdy and slides easily. And there you have it. Overall, I think this thing is really nice. It's sturdy. The wood is solid. The build is solid. The chargers work. The plugs work. The drawers are easy to pull in and out. If you're looking for a great little nightstand, I highly recommend this one. If you'd like to check the current price, there's a link in the description below. Please like this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching.